Hello everyone, MikeMoneyGMR here. How is it going? Today we are playing some Dark Cloud, and I know I probably said that I wasn't going to play it for a while, but there is something we are going to do. We are actually going to warp back to the Divine Beast Cave. But before we do, we gotta go back to Naroon Village so that we can check our supplies. And there's a big reason why I'm doing this. It's because we need to level up John, because there's just no other way we're gonna get through that area. And this is a problem that we have, I've always had with this game, is that getting through this game, you know, you find out that you're constantly, you know, running low on your stuff. Like your weapons always seem to be obsolete in the beginning of the game. And I'm sorry about the quality. I can already tell right now that it's worse on this. I don't know why, but like I said, there's nothing I can do. And I'm glad one of you did ask this question, because I don't think I've ever mentioned it in video. I mentioned it in text form on there, but there's something that I've never said to you guys. The reason why I don't have a, what's it called, a, oh yeah, a capture card, is because in most cases that I've seen them being used, the quality is no much better than I get on this. Well, of course, unless you do high quality, then it actually is a little bit better. But, you see, the thing is, the computer I had at the time, you know, not the one I have now, it would have been a waste to try to get a capture card for that, because it would not have even accepted it. It would have said, your computer is obsolete for this model, probably, or something like that, you know. And so I just always told myself, well, I may as well just stick with the DVD player or the DVD recorder, since I know that that works and that the quality is as decent as I can get it, you know. Because, I mean, look at this. I mean, you can tell by the compass in the upper right corner. I don't know if it shows up this way on YouTube, but on mine it's all pixelated and just terrible looking. But there is, like I said, there's absolutely nothing I can do to fix that, because I know these newer models of stuff have 480p built in, but it just seems like the PS2 didn't really have, I guess, the capabilities or something for it. So, like, what I like to do whenever I'm doing it, I like to start on one of the, like, you know, lower levels. So, like, how about 3 would be a good idea. And what you're going to mainly be using for grinding is a mixture of the character you're trying to level up, for example, this guy, and maybe, what's her name? Nikita. But see how much easier these guys are to take out? That's why you want to do that. That way you get your level ups, and you're capable of maybe even scoring another weapon. You never know. I don't know if you can kill these guys. Sweet. Now, I don't know if the mallet actually does kill these guys faster, or if it's just luck that it does that. You know, he may be more higher level than I think, you know. But, like, he's definitely not killing those guys in the other place as fast as he's killing these. So with that in mind, that's why I came back here, you know, to kind of level up his weapon and possibly, hopefully find more of the attribute crystals or whatever. Because we could probably use fire on his mallet to help him out as well. Ouch. And see how much less damage these guys take from you as well? Yeah, it's just easier. Though you can always try to go higher up. Alright, let's see if we have anything on his mallet now. Probably not. Okay, good. Let's put these on there. Why not? Oh, that's why he has anti-rock on it. Yeah, so that makes sense. Because maces usually do kind of tear things like that apart. So, yeah. And, yeah, let's upgrade it. Now, as I said before, when upgrading a weapon, never just upgrade it without having, you know, what's it called? Without having some sort of item on it. Because if you do, it doesn't actually gain anything from the level up, I don't think. So, you gotta be careful about that. I mean, I'm sure it probably gets some things, but nothing like that you would actually want, you know? There we go. I think that guy would still take a lot of damage from us if he hit us, so don't get hit by him. Enemies like the statue dog and stuff probably won't do much to us at this time. Oop. Now, I know grinding is boring, and so what I'm thinking about doing is just for this episode alone, I'm going to be doing some grinding, and then I'll just do a whole lot of off-screen grinding for him if I don't get, you know, what I need. And I'm hoping that what will happen is that we'll also find a lot of damaging items like, you know, fire crystals and stuff like that, so that we can throw those at our enemies and kill them. It's just you have to be careful with this guy's attack pattern, because if you don't actually pay attention to it, yeah, you won't be able to tell what's going on. I don't know if I've said this before, but if you try to, if you use like the fairy water, for example, that'd be a waste at this time. Just saying. So don't use that unless you absolutely have to, because many of your teammates at this time don't have enough of a water bar for that to be really useful. Like, you can literally get the water bar past your max HP bar, you know, that's how amazing it is. That's only if you give, like, the water gourds to only one player, you know, which would be kind of stupid. But I know by in-game you have so much water you don't even know what to do with it, so, yeah. That's another thing I kind of like about this game, is that they give you a really balanced team, you know, when you think about it. I mean, you have the well-rounded person, which is Mike. You have the more speed agility-based person, which is Nikita. And then you have this big burly guy here that's really slow and sluggish. And, you know, it's just like, huh, that's the perfect team, you know? While we're here, let's refill our water on all our teammates. I don't know if everyone needs it. Might as well. Whenever you see a pond of water, just take the opportunity to fill up everyone's water. There we go. Now, there's no reason for me to grind up Mike and Nikita at this time, because truthfully, they have their weapons are easily perfect enough to defeat other enemies, so we have nothing to worry about there. Now, this is the one time that I'll not actually leave dungeon temporarily. I'm gonna hit to the next floor, because once you've cleared out a place, there's no reason for you not to continue down, you know. Let's run through here since there's nothing we can do here. Kind of, like I said before, I really wish that you could like come back to those places and redo the combat thing that you did before if you want, you know. But no, they won't let you. I don't know why. They just won't let you do it. And it just kind of irks me a little bit. I don't know why, it just does. Because in my opinion, you should be able to go back and redo them just for fun. Maybe try to get a perfect on it if you didn't get a perfect on it before. Pump with energy, alright. Give me your money, please. Thank you. Oh, that was close. I think those things can curse you as well, if I'm not mistaken. Man, I keep getting all these stamina drinks. Wow. That's crazy. I guess that's another way that you can kill those enemies in that floor that I told you about, is you can actually use the pump with energy. Now, as I said before, if you see 2 of these, I would recommend only using one and then letting the other one slide. I mean, sure, it could have like a max ABS thing or something like that, but I wouldn't want to have like a bad one pop up. Oh yeah, now I find repair powders. What the crap, you know? It's whenever you don't need them when you find them. Did I get the key yet? Yes, I did. How would a bone key open a door? It'd probably snap in the door, you know? Well, I don't know, I mean... I guess it doesn't actually matter because you only use it once, but still. Besides, bone is pretty tough. And in fact, in this game, if you make a weapon out of bone, it's like one of the better weapons of the game. So I don't know. Oh. Ouch. Oh, sweet. Okay, see, okay, now, look what happened. When I broke this weapon, my ABS went all the way down. Now, that kind of sucks, as you can tell, because that's all that happens whenever you break one of your starting weapons, and I wish I hadn't done that, but I did not know how much it would take to hit him. And so, of course, not knowing that, I just hit him with it, you know, and smashed it. So now my ABS is completely annihilated, to say the least. That's one problem that can happen whenever you're grinding, is you can accidentally break your starting weapon, and it won't gain anything, I don't think, if you try to level it up while it's broken. I mean, you can hit things with it, but it'll only do 1 damage, and you won't gain any ABS or anything like that. Okay, I really need another Dran's Feather. I know I have another one, yeah. There we go. Okay. As I said before, I have no idea how they determine when something breaks up here. So I'm not gonna, you know, say, oh, it's how many steps you take or whatever. It's, I don't know. Oh. That's another thing. It's actually kind of interesting. If you look at the speed bar, Mike is the only character that actually, or Michael, I don't know what I called him in this one. Anyway, he's like the only character that has a combo-based attack. The rest of our team has a single attack that works by when the speed, you know, speed bar goes down. So it's kind of funny, like, never in the entire game does John get some cool, like, mallet swinging ability. Like, you know, he doesn't, like, swing the mallet and then swing it 2 more times if you keep mashing the X button. You know, he just keeps swinging it overhand. But he gets some really cool weapons later on in the game, like, some really cool looking ones that I have to admit. Some really, like, violent looking ones, too. So I can't wait to show all those off. Alright, let's see what's in this room. Seems to be a lot of treasure chests. Oh no, they're enemies. Actually, notice something? The enemies on this screen right now, they're Though they were kind of like a bluish color at first. I don't know if it's just the tint I'm looking at, but it seems like they're like a bluish color. I don't know if that's because they're weaker enemies or what, but it's kind of interesting if you ask me. Oh yeah, these guys can't be blocked, by the way. I don't know if I told you that before. So, yeah, don't even try. You'll just get knocked over. Now, if we had tram oil, we could go back here, but we don't. And that would be a way better place to level up at. But because we don't have any, we can't even do that. And as I showed before, basically the enemies on the other side are just pumped with stamina enemies and harder to kill. That's about it. So it's not like it's like the greatest thing, but they do give more experience. Oop. But see how John's attack always knocks them back? That's something I like about him. You know, his attack's a lot stronger than any of your other teammates' attacks at this point, and could just push back any enemy that you need to push back, so that's something to keep in mind. But you can see that his weapon breaks so easily. It's like kind of an initiative to carry a lot of repair powder. Alright, I'm up to about 17 minutes, getting close at least. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave the dungeon temporarily, since we got some more money, and we're going to go and purchase some repair powder. Does he need healed up? I think he does. Okay, no he doesn't. Okay. Just his weapon does. Now, here's another thing I want to point out real quick. Where is it? Oh yeah, weapons. Here we go. Now, you see how we have all these bone rapiers here, right? Now, I usually don't carry more than one of a certain weapon, and I know that that's not a good idea because if you do that, what ends up happening is if you break your weapons, you know, you're kind of in trouble. But what I'm going to probably end up doing is selling off, after I repair them, of course. I think it gets you better prices if you repair them first. But I think I'm going to sell off these bone rapiers. Yeah, they're not any better since they're not. Make sure they don't have anything on them. Yeah, they don't. Okay. I forgot to put holy on that one. Heck, you can even sell off if you've managed. If you got like my inventory, which you probably don't, I would recommend selling off any weapons that you have that you think you can get away with selling. Like, for example, I could probably sell this if I wanted to. But I mainly suggest selling bone rapiers most of all because they are weapons that just kind of pile up when you're in this area. So, yeah. Now you want to remember which ones that you want to actually sell, because if you sell, oh, look at that. Alright, here's something kind of interesting. That's probably a reason why they're not very, that's why they're so popular in the dungeon, because they're worth nothing. Wait. You can sell your serpent sword, that's kind of stupid. I don't know why you would ever consider doing that. Well, that kind of blows my chance here. Oh yeah, if you try to sell the item that you need, he's like, no, I'm not taking that. How come the... Huh. That's interesting. Well, I guess that doesn't help me at all then. What I was gonna sell, I can't sell because if I do, I'm gonna be in trouble. So, yeah, here's a problem that can come up. Sell that, those petite fish are worth nothing. You know, at some point in the game, you're gonna find yourself in this kind of situation where you're just like freaking flipping out because you don't know what to do to buy more stuff. You know? And I mean, it's just like so annoying thinking about it because, you know, you also have to grind for money at some point in the game as well. And that's kind of another thing I'm trying to do right now as well. And so it's just like ridiculous how hard this game makes it sometimes with that kind of stuff. Where it's like, oh, by the way, you're gonna need like 800 gold at some point in the game. And the only way you're gonna get it is if you find it on like a lucky, I'd have to say 1 in 10 drop. I don't know, because this is what it seems to be almost. But like, you know, not every enemy drops the stuff, so it makes me kind of curious as to what they were thinking when they came up with that. There we go, got rid of him. Let's fill up our water while we're here. Got some more gold, alright. Let's run a little bit. Ooh, a ghost. I think they can inflict curse on you or either, I don't know, either that or poison. Let me see some. There is no doubt John can't jump this distance. Yeah, each character that we're gonna get has something clever to say if you get to that, you know, if you get to one of those things like that. There'll be a character we get way later on in the game that's just capable of flying over it. I'll just say that. So, yeah. That's not really a spoiler. Because, I mean, look at our thing. And also, if I pull up the other party list, you can see that we have 3 other party members that we're going to get. So, yeah. Alright, let's upgrade our weapon again. Always check. Alright. Now we got 1 point of magic on it. Not that that's very helpful, it's just kind of something you can do to help you out a little bit. Now, as I said before, if you find yourself in a situation where you have absolutely no, what are they called? Absolutely no, weapon enhancement things, don't fret, just kind of go around, and even if your weapon's full of, you know, experience, don't bother upgrading it until you got some, because you don't want to end up upgrading it without it, like I said before. This is obviously a mimic. Now notice I tried to attack and it didn't do anything when it first started out. You have to wait for it to actually fully spawn, so to speak. Kind of sucks, but... Oh crap. Weapon's about to break again. There we are. And we got Drain's Crest. Whoop-de-doo. One of these is obviously a mimic. If I can stop hitting the ground. Alright, that's the dungeon map. That's all I like to call it. Yeah, it's definitely cursed. Also, it's poison too. Great. Like how he holds his head like he has a headache. Now we know that water doesn't cure us from poison. You know, the water springs, so... Oh, it glitched. Did you see that? Like, he was trying to swing his hammer, but he couldn't follow through for some reason. I don't know why. That was just strange. Are you a mimic? No? You're a hunk of cheese. And you're a minion that I can sell. Sweet! Yeah, like I said, fishing at this point in the game is kind of pointless, so just sell any fish bait that you get, because right now, to get to the amount of fishing points that you would need to get some of the cool items that they have at that place, you would have to like fish for hours, and there's just not enough fishing bait at the, you know, at this time. But at the same time, there are better money drops later on as well, so I don't know. I kind of wish you got money for each kill that you know, pulled off, but you don't. So it kind of sucks. There we go. We hit each other, that's awesome. Oh, give me that. Thank you. Let's run back to the spring so we can get healed up. And then after this, I'm going to call this episode, and what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to switch to another game, probably Legend of the Gaia, and start playing that for a little bit. And just to let you know, I'm not going to play this game until I'm caught up to a level that makes sense for him to make it to that area. So, yeah. Oh, I guess I can be a hypocrite and say this about the whole what's it called? Principle of you know, going back and what was I talking about? How you should always make sure to upgrade an item with you know, items on it, you know, with like the attribute things on it. You don't have to, I guess, if it's your starting weapon, like the mallet for example, because it's really not going to benefit you that much. So yeah, I don't know. It's up to you if you want to try it and see if it actually does you any good. I guess I could have been showing off what Steve says about all these enemies here, because he does say things about these enemies as well. I don't know what I don't remember what he said. Yeah, let's leave the dungeon and we will try and figure out the limited zone in the next episode. But that won't be for a while, I promise, because there's just no way around it. I'm just going to stand over here. No button. Alrighty. So, until next time everyone, hope you guys enjoyed this video, even though it was all grinding and limited talking. So, yeah. Till then, everyone. Hold on. Bye.